All right, welcome back. Day 2 of April Angst. We got some early action set up for you. I'm Tom Foolery. With me is the Bobby Narco.
Hey now. Our producer today is going to be Loose Change, and running our streaming is Keith the Internet. We have a fantastic matchup for you. The Golden State Heat All-Stars taking on the Mohawk Valley Quadfathers. I'm going to take you through the roster for the Golden State Heat. They're going to be skating in white. Number 063 is Bumper Car. Number 1 is Heppa. Number 11 is Benjamin. Number 1172 is Vic. Wearing number 33, that's Scotty Trippin. Number 5 is Wyatt. Number 55 is Creepy Taco. Number 58 is Studley Do-Right. Number 6 is Worthy. Wearing number 714, that's Plumber. Number 74, Beat 'em Malark. Number 9 is Kamakanji. And number 93 is Waterboy. Coaches are Schley West and Kitten. And they come here yesterday having beaten both the Philly Hooligans and the Harm City Havoc.
All right, let's give you the Mohawk Valley Quadfathers. They're going to be skating in black today. We got 0101 Deb Crush, 10 Amanda Chapin, 1116 Julio, 1213 Fuerza Brutal, 1618 Rufo, 187 Morticia DK, 202 Da Funk, 315 D Shears, 33 Unwired, 35 B Shears, 43 Aaron Chapin, 48 Oxenfree, 87 Stankus, 96 Stever, and they're going to be coached by the Nice One and Coach Mocklin. They yesterday were in action. They took on the Harm City Havoc, pulling down a win. So both of these teams undefeated on the weekend, looking to continue that streak they have. We got about a minute to go to the action. Yesterday was an extremely exciting day. We saw Golden State have 2 huge wins. They had a real tight jammer rotation. We saw them use a lot of, Benjamin came in, and he was one of the he was used less than Worthy, and then they also used a lot of Kamkanji. But the game I did had Benjamin do 9 jams and pick up 100-some points in the game. It was impressive. So they got a real deep jammer rotation. Mohawk Valley, we got a lot of skaters who play for multiple teams here, but he also got a lot of depth and experience. Mohawk Valley Quadfathers, always a solid team to see, coming down from Utica, New York. Bobby Narco, obviously a New York person.
There you go. I introduced the LA team because I am from LA, but yeah, live in New York. I lived in New York longer than I've lived anywhere else.
You did me the honor of allowing to take over the New Yorkers. I appreciate it. All right, so it should be exciting. Things are wrapping up here. It's a little warmer today. Yesterday started out, it was pretty cold. We're in a big warehouse here in North Philly. Lots of open space. I'm not saying every window is fully painted. There may be 1 or 2 that are open. There was a nice breeze yesterday, but nice, warm, sunny day. Everybody seems excited. The teams look ready. The referees are getting set. We have a phenomenal day getting ready to get started for you. All right, while we get things underway, let's give a shout out to one of our vendors, 808 Roller Skate. Skater owned, operated, and loved. 808 Roller Skate has been provided here, instructions and amusement to roller derby and non-roller derby skaters alike for almost 10 years. Owned by that hijinks guy. If you haven't met him, he's a character who has skated all over the world, bringing gear and maintenance wherever he goes. 808 Roller Skate strives to provide quality and custom gear to anyone walking through their doors and up to their tables. Plenty of name brands and everything else that you want to check out. Go check them out on Facebook or at 808rollerskate.com. And where, once again, let's say thank you to the Internet. Keith, the man over here, taking care of us all weekend long. We're underway.
Jamming for the black team, that's number 33, Unwired. And for the white team, we have number 6, Worthy.
Yeah, Worthy, very consistent yesterday. Unwired doing the best they can in the back of that pack. Trying to, Golden State's grinding things down in the back.
First penalty coming in. Who's it on?
First lead jammer, first penalty before we even got out of turn 2.
High block goes to Fuerza Brutal, and lead jam goes to Worthy.
That face was quite the smirk. I don't think they had agreed with that call.
I got that they were saddened by that call.
I smell some sass coming later on. Oh, beautiful.
Wow. Yeah, sweet move around the spinning move right in front of the announcer's tower.
But
extra spectacular when
but
it's
the
right in front of us.
sidestep right in front of us, that sidestep carried about like 4 feet, it seemed like, and momentum still hasn't stopped as he takes a knock and keeps on going.
We had a star pass right at the very end to number 202, Defunk, for Mohawk Valley. But after one set of whistles, the high score of the day is 12 points, put on the board by Worthy.
All right, throwing down to start. Yeah, I don't know if you can see, we got the light coming through on the backside right where the jammers are lining up. They're in the spotlight right now. We got Kamakanji getting ready to take on, I believe that is number, is that 315?
It's something ending in a
35.
35.
B Shears.
B Shears, there it is. Scoreboard has it wrong, scoreboard has Rufo, but listen to us, we know what we're talking about. We can see clearly. 12-0.
Trust me, don't believe everything you hear on the internet.
Speaking of the internet, lead jam goes to Kamakanji.
Oh, B Shears getting physical, just deciding to drive forward. Kamakanji comes in, we have a skater go down, go.
On Pulio, directional play. 4 more points on the board for Golden State, brings them up to 16.
Pulio comes in a little hot, sliding on by, not making contact with the penalty box, but slid right on by it and had to crawl back. Just off camera, I don't know if you can see it, but it was at least funny. He got to realize what he did. He's got to shake his head at himself.
Polished concrete floor here, so skaters who are used to skating on different surfaces.
We just had coffee delivery, so Bobby Narco should be up for the rest of the game.
There you go. A little wake-up juice for me. Meanwhile, take us out to the jammer line.
It's 0-1-0. Deb Crush trying to drive forward and back out there. Once again, that tight rotation from Golden State. We see Worthy out in the open, coming around now the front stretch.
Jam number 3, Worthy's already 2 for 2 on the jammer line. Forearm penalty coming in.
Deb gets knocked to the inside, now getting dragged all the way back.
That's D-Shears to the penalty box on the forearm. I didn't see the call on Benjamin.
Yeah, Benjamin reporting to the box. So 2 blockers in the box now for Quad. 1 for Golden State. Lots of whistles. Cut track is the call. Who's that on there, Bobby?
The skater that's leaving.
Deb Crush.
Deb Crush. 101.
Deb Crush, a remarkable athlete, a remarkable person. Quite the character that makes roller derby special. Such a powerful little person. The reason I say little because I'm very short. She's slightly shorter than I.
Okay. Oh, and she's the jammer. Deb Crush is in as the jammer, so this is a power jam.
I did announce her starting the jam. I probably should have reiterated that. That's my fault there, internets.
Get some good intel from Loose Change, our producer here. 12 points on the board. That ties the highest jam of the game.
All right, 28-0, jumping out early. Benjamin got released from the penalty box and now has the star on top of the helmet.
Worthy scoring points by the dozen.
Yes.
Every time Worthy's out there, he's picked up a dozen points. So power start.
Not willing to throw out the extra bagel for the baker's dozen, but a full dozen. And sliding right through on the inside with some flair. Benjamin free the pack.
Illegal contact sends Wyatt to the penalty box for Golden State. He's their pivot.
Yeah, 3 blockers out there, but Mohawk choosing to stay out in front. Now down to 2 blockers. Deb Crush back out from the penalty box. Running through the inside. Big hit on the inside. Number 93. That is Waterboy.
And a track cut on the Benjamin. So this jam's going to go the full 2 minutes.
All right, great opportunity here for Mohawk Valley Quadfathers.
Direction play coming in on number 93, Waterboy.
Yeah, Golden State giving up the blockers right now. Deb Crush trying to get around.
Mohawk Valley at full strength. Golden State only with 2 blockers on the track.
Deb Crush using that leverage, getting nice and low, using that strong base and taking the hit and pushing on through.
First points of the day.
Deb calling out some instructions to the blockers. They all just kind of let her go. Deb Crush a little bit shorter than the blockers out there.
Benjamin out of the box and through the pack for 4 points.
Yeah, quick out and quick score. Deb Crush fights off one more hit there, gets free. The pack picks up 4 of their own.
Scotty Trippin headed to the penalty box for Golden State.
Benjamin now working on that next scoring pass. Good job recycling so far by the Quadfathers. Deb, meanwhile, knocked out back there by the jammer line.
I think every Golden State skater on the track right now has been to the penalty box one time in this jam.
It's obviously the cool place to go. Oh, what do we have on the far side of the track? A cut track.
Yeah, that's Deb Crush. So both jammers picking up track cut penalties in this jam. 10 seconds left to go.
Deb started the jam in the box and looks like he's going to start the next jam in the box as well.
Nobody can stop it but the jam timer.
Yeah, that's one of the tough ones where you get the penalty, you start the jam in the box, you get released, then you pick up another one and start the next one. So you may want to see who goes out as pivot. There might be an option there where it could be a star pass. Just kind of give Deb a break there, get a breath of fresh air, get a new jammer out there. Looks like B. Shears.
B. Shears, that's a great choice to put the pivot star on. He's done yeoman work from the jammer line all weekend long. And most of his career.
Good wherewithal. You saw Worthy over there paying attention, called out an extra blocker, make sure he had the full array. He wants all the help he can get on this power jam.
Amen.
Oh!
Nice spin move around turn number 1, picking up lead jam.
He was able to stop right on the tape and actually ran his skates right along the outside, staying in time the whole time. Great job by Worthy.
We're only in jam number 5, and already Worthy is 3 for 3, 4 for 4, 3 for 3. He's jamming every other jam. Let's see if he gets a dozen points this time.
B. Sure is able to just get a piece of Worthy, but Worthy had enough momentum to at least slide out onto the open of the backstretch here.
Sweet move. Inside, outside, getting around.
Oh, that look. He was just cooler than the other side of the pillow. Just kind of looked back, being like, I love your effort, but it's to no avail. And looks like what we have here, I see Deb going around the outside without the star, so I believe that's in the hand of B. Shears, who's getting swallowed up.
Flag 6 cut, everybody says at the same time. But the star, yes, has been passed to B. Shears.
So that cut track was on Worthy. That's a power jam now going back the other way.
Uh-oh, that might break Worthy's streak of a dozen points every jam. He's got 8 and points on this lap.
Great patience there. B. Shears leaning on the blocker, finally finding a weakness, able to slide by.
And Worthy will get out of the penalty box with time left on the clock, so may be able to cleat that pass and still pick up 12.
Shears goes down now, recycling to the back. So you got Bumper Car working out there with Ben jamming, as well as Plummer doing a great job playing defense. Plummer, one last shot, unable to slow up B. Shears.
That's all 4 points. Worthy back on the track.
And scoring, so you were worried about how many points are picked up. Back on the scoreboard with 8 seconds coming around, maybe for another pass.
Oh, might get more than a dozen this time around. And will.
Just kind of glided sideways and then just ran off from the pack. Worthy showing a good skill set out there, but I agree with you. He makes it look easy, very smooth. In
both 2-minute jams, Golden State got lead and then got a penalty. So both of our 2-minute jams coming off of Golden State leads, lost to penalties.
Yeah, it was a lot of chaos, a lot of penalties, especially to the jammers. So right now we're in a timeout. Timeout being called by Mohawk Valley Quadfathers. Probably a good idea. That was a lot of chaos. The jammers were going to the box. Probably want to just kind of get a deep breath and reset things. They do have 14 points on the board, so they have been able to get some momentum going.
Big pickup for them. Roughly let's see, if we use 15 as the common denominator, a 4-1 margin.
As always, Bob, never failing on the math.
Do what I
Bobby
can.
Narco, what you do best, my friend. Oh, you do a lot of other great things, but the math quickly is what you do.
Let's thank that other sponsor, why don't we?
All right, let's give a shout out to Mean Cat Roller Derby Apparel. Much like our own PJRD, is skater owned and operated, and this weekend Mean Cat is here to put custom vinyl. If you want to check them out, look up online, Mean Cat Roller Derby. You can get custom shirts printed, Hawaiian shirts. Beautiful Banshee, who announced me yesterday, had a wonderful pair of pants which had a glittery Banshee across her behind. She was so proud, showing them to everybody.
Black jammer is Aaron Chapin. White jammer is Kamakanji. Number 43 black, number 9 for white. And Kamakanji picks up lead jam for the Golden State Heat All-Stars.
Kamakanji re-engaged with the pack, resetting the speed now. Getting low with the body, but keeping, beautiful reverse spin. Wipes out the blocker and gets free.
Where's a brutal heading back to the penalty box? Didn't see the call. Also, oh no.
It looks like it was just a slow recycle. The jammer's on the backside of the track.
It's actually Waterboy heading to the penalty box. Still didn't see the call.
Yeah, if Where's a Brutal realized and just slowly took the recycle to the back of the pack. constant moving. Kamakanji's feet not stopping. Now free on the back stretch with another 4 points.
D Shears now heading to the penalty box. Each team with one skater in the bid.
A lot of speed around the outside, getting low. Kamakanji strikes again. See a forearm being called on the creepy taco.
High block coming in on white number 33. That is Scotty Trippin. Creepy Taco also reporting.
One of the brilliant names in the game, Creepy Taco. Kamakanji throws the body around. Oh, gets called for a high block with that last little spin. Trying to throw the body in and then call it off, but got called for the penalty. So now power start going to Mohawk Valley.
14 points picked up on that jam for the Golden State Heat All-Stars. Looks like Crackerjack producer Loose Change has spotted that both teams are working a 3-jammer rotation. White's going with 6, 9, and 11. That is Worthy, Kamakanji, and Benjamin. And Black is going with 33, 35, and 0101. That's Unwired, B. Schurz, and Deb Crush. Who's out on the line right now?
Yeah, Unwired running straight for, Unwired loses the, very convenient. Loses the helmet cover, but falls right in front, so they're able to pick it back up. Driving forward, able to get free from the pack. Able to kill about 15 seconds or so. Right now, 2 blockers still in the box for Golden State, so who's out there doing the work? That 0-6-3 right now, that is Bumper Car and Benjamin. Oh, another blocker going through box form.
Yeah, that's form on Bumper Car, but 2 come back from the penalty box, so a net gain of blockers.
That would be 3. The Jammer's back out there as well. I believe that's Kamakanji, right? Number 9? Yep.
Yes. And Kamakanji out of the box and into lead. Pulio to the penalty box on a forearm, so the Quadfathers going to be missing their pivot for 30-some seconds.
I mean, you would think they'd be handing out cookies the way everybody's going to the penalty box right now.
It is a lovely penalty box crew. I wouldn't mind spending some time there myself. So
they're a very colorful bunch of people back there. Yes, I will agree.
8 points picked up on that last set of whistles. Makes the score 75-22.
Kamakanji over there having a little discussion with the referee, trying to figure out what the call was. It was good to see when Jammers checked with the refs to figure out what happened. Gave a shake of the head, agreed, and accepted it, and then just kind of went back to the box. All right, so back to the action.
We got B. Schurz going up against Worthy. Lead jam once again to Golden State.
Yeah, Worthy coming around the outside. You see the orange tape on the knee pads. B. Schurz, trying to give up, and then Benjamin puts the hands up, falls backwards. A hop and a glide right at the end.
4 points for Worthy this time, making that streak of double-digit jams in a row, of consecutive double-digit jams, 79-22.
What I like seeing about Worthy, nothing seems to kind of bother. Always seems very unflappable.
Yes.
Unflappable, yes. This is interesting. We got Deb Crush at the line, give or take on Benjamin. Deb Crush, I'm going to say is maybe 5'2", 5'4", on a good day. And Benjamin's very tall.
Yes, at least a foot taller than that. Both teams at full strength here in jam number 9. Quadfathers looking for their first lead jam call of the day.
Oh, it looked like a knockout. Skaters going back, and they were able to pull the cut track. Deb Crush going around the outside the long way.
Both jammers on track cuts.
It's a race to the penalty box. Look at that, Benjamin and Deb Crush rushing over. One behind down first. That was Benjamin.
Yeah, you want to get your fanny down quick in that situation. So another 2-minute jam, and this one has no lead. Our first jam with no lead.
So wait, you get that first jammer free now. Almost 40 seconds in the jam killed. Oxenfree in the front, doing the brace, and just getting around is Benjamin.
Let's see who our pivots are. They might be getting some work. Wyatt donning the stripe for the Golden State Heat All-Stars.
It looks like Pulio's out there for Mohawk Valley. And it looks like he has a star. And good call, Bobby Narco. All right, looks like Golden State setting back up in the back. Pulio, almost got that extra step around, but nope, knocked out.
Who's got the forearm? That is number 93 on the white team, Waterboy. Waterboy, we've said that name in the penalty box several times. White 5, multiplayer is the call. That's Wyatt, so no star pass available to the Golden State Heat.
Hashtag breaking stuff.
Goodness. Wait a minute.
All right, I'm back here. I almost broke the microphone, but Benjamin doing phenomenal work, but gets called for the cut track. Oh,
yeah, that was a great call. Benjamin did a wonderful job getting around, but then touched his hand on the infield and continued on his way.
Julio takes a rough shot there by Creepy Taco.
And Deesher is on the way to the penalty box for a stop block.
Julio looks up, sees where the clock is, and just chooses to stay out of the action. Took a tough shot, Creepy Taco, making him pay.
Our jam timer getting a workout today. Several 2-minute jams, at least 3. Big shout out to all of our officials and non-skating officials, referees. We could not do what we do without you, so you are loved and appreciated.
Also, shout out to all of you out there watching and enjoying this action early in the morning. Hopefully you got your Java running strong, getting fired up right now. Good opportunity here, trying to get free on the power start.
First jam of the game for Stankus, number 87. Picking up lead, he's 1 for 1. And it's the first lead for the Quadfathers.
There you go, Stankus with a beautiful move around the outside, getting free. Benjamin getting up and around.
Now we got 2 lead jammer calls being done. Correction made, good communication by the referees.
Up and around one more time, but it looks like a little bit late there for Benjamin. The height he got, and he actually never really seemed like he was inbounds. His whole body was out, and the skate came in. And he had enough control of that ankle to keep himself righted to continue forward.
86 to 26. Both teams putting points on the board there.
It looks like we're having another new jammer out there, Bobby.
43. That's Aaron Chapin going up against Worthy. Penalty box has 1 skater in it. Quadfathers have a full pack. Worthy forced to the inside, has to go back. Not very far. Pack bottled up in the narrowest part of the track.
Yeah, working her way slowly between turns 1 and 2. Oh, looked like he kept the feet in bounds, but resets himself. He did get lead jam. That is Worthy. So he actually did get around, but then chose to play it safe.
Chapin got out as well. Didn't get out first, but Worthy, seeing that Chapin was ahead, said, oh, okay, I'm going to call off the jam. First time Worthy's been held scoreless on the jammer line.
Looks like we have Slay West out there having a discussion with the referees. One of the coaches there for Mohawk Valley now retreating back to the bench. Had her say, working the referees as a good manager should always.
All right, out on the jammer line, Kamakanji going up against Unwired. Kamakanji picking up lead jammer for the Golden State Heat All-Stars.
Unwired takes the star off the top of the helmet. Kamakanji comes in backwards, doing a lot of butt punching this weekend. He likes coming in backwards with a lot of force, trying to break up that pack. Now they're using the shoulders. Ooh, look at that acceleration. That last step got free.
Multiplayer block called on Stever. Plummer also heading to the penalty box for Golden State, as is Bumper Car. Bumper Car's on a forearm. Didn't see the call on Waterboy, on the other skater. Plummer. Didn't see the call on Plummer. Or was that also a forearm? Is that what you were telling me?
Yeah, Bumper Car was the forearm, the last one. Kamakanji trying to work her way around. So, little confusion there. I tried to figure out what was going on. It looks like Unwired chose to play some defense there. Just play it safe, not try to play and then finally Jammer got free and switched back to offense. Because with the star not in hand, I was trying to figure out where the Jammer was.
That's a hard game sometimes.
Even though it was right in front of us, so we're here in the backstretch is what I would say on the far side of the track. And then we have the jam line on the backside.
Stoppage of play coming in. It's an official timeout. Score showing 93 to 26. 7 points picked up by Golden State on that last set of whistles. 11 minutes and 28 seconds left to play here in the first period. Big shout out to our hosts, the Penn Jersey She-Devils and the Penn Jersey...
The Philadelphia Hooligans.
The Philadelphia Hooligans. There it is.
They are still all Penn Jersey Roller Derby, but
Yep.
one goes by Philadelphia Hooligans, the other Penn Jersey She-Devils. She-Devils had a heck of a day yesterday. Wonderful 3-point win in the final jam. Oh, man, they took down Nashville. Nashville was not
upset?
too... Yes, they're slight. Nashville, I think, was ranked 113.
And the other was 117.
Yeah, so that's a great opportunity. Plus, Downriver throwing down a big game yesterday against Forest City. So this ranking looks like there's going to be a huge impact as right this weekend. All those teams bunched so close together between like 120
each other, yeah.
123 to 113. So it's somebody's going to get a good boost this weekend.
133, I think, was the top one. Forest City dropped 10 on the rankings that came out yesterday.
Okay. So thank you for clarifying. I knew they were bunched very close together.
2 days ago they were 123. Then yesterday they were 133.
WFTDA gets those rankings out pretty regularly. MRDA, they get them out.
Yeah. We're still working off the quarterly rankings from MRDA. Do you know what they are? Do you know what these teams are ranked? I have Golden State from the winter rankings for the LA drive-by as 14th, and I don't have my sheet for.
I thought the Hooligans were 9th. But
Hooligans are 11th, but they're not playing the Hooligans. We're talking about.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was continuing on our conversations. Yes, I don't have the. Mohawk Valley, we can look that up.
We'll get that.
Look at that, shortly. Producer extraordinaire gives us a smile. All right, let's look. So it just says not applicable for MRDA, so I don't know if they're officially ranked at the moment, but they do have flat track stats. Looks like had them at 35.
I had their B team. I thought their B team was playing yesterday when I put that together. Go on further to go back to Saturday.
14.
There it is, 12 versus 14. Mohawk Valley is 12. Golden State is 14. So Mohawk Valley.
No disrespect meant for the Quadfathers. Number 12. It's quite the opportunity now. I know the Quadfathers and the Hooligans have played a lot. Golden State out here joining into the action and working on getting that ranking up. They're right now setting themselves up very nicely for that next quarterly ranking with the 2 big wins they pulled off yesterday. Right now they're sitting in a good position, 93-26 to go back to the sunny state with a nice boost in the rankings. Okay, so the Philadelphia Hooligans were 11. Mohawk Valley was 12. All right, so up next after this, stay tuned. We're going to have Downriver versus Nashville. Now, Downriver threw down big time against Forest City earlier yesterday, showing that they're here to play. Meanwhile, Nashville is going to be a little upset after how that finish came with the She-Devils. Unfortunately, they did not pull out the win, so they got to get refocused after a tough loss like that and come back because Downriver looking very strong in that first game. So we should have some exciting action in the WFTDA, so stay tuned for that. It looks like we're ready to get back to the action. We got B. Shears at the line for the Quadfathers taking on Worthy for the Golden State Heat.
So some quick statistical analysis on the fly by Loose Change. Leading scorers for Golden State are Benjamin and Worthy, and for Mohawk Valley we have Deb Crush and Unwired. Lead jam's gone to Worthy, and a power jam, a multiplayer block on
the always elusive jammer multiplayer block.
That's B. Shears on the multiplayer.
You said who's the lead scorer right now? Looks like Worthy's trying to throw that up in the air. Already another 4 points coming around again. Oh, Benjamin coming up and playing some offense. So Benjamin, high scorer, now pivot extraordinaire and offensive assistance.
Does it all. Next thing you know, he'll be announcing.
I'm not doubting he could probably do a better job than I, but I do the best that I can. B. Shears released from the penalty box.
Worthy is 6 for 6 on the jammer line, and Loose Change points out his number is also 6, so it's a 6-6-6 kind of unholy trifecta here at the Church of Derby on Sunday in Philly.
Big hit attempt there by Bumper Car. Luckily didn't make contact. That would have been epic if it was.
Oh, what a great job getting low there by Worthy.
Yeah, used that low center of gravity. B. Shears, pumping hand, picked up 1 point there on the last pass, but Worthy got very low, used that low center of gravity, even took a little knock at the end, and then glides off with no expression.
I was about to say Worthy picked up another dozen points, but then they put 3 on top of that. 15 points. Maybe the highest jam of the game. I'll double check that with our producer.
I'm sure Worthy doesn't mind the fact that they threw him an extra 3 points.
Wyatt
Meanwhile, number 74 at the line
but
for
doesn't
first time.
Get onto the track in time. Illegal procedure called on Wyatt.
Jamming for first time, beat a Malark there for Golden State Heat. I didn't see him jam yesterday at all. So breaking out the new jammer.
Stankus did have a couple relief jams and has jammed once already today.
Oh, a little push out of the pack by Waterboy. That was a good job, Superman. That polished concrete allowed him to slide forward.
Where's a brutal going to the penalty box right as the jam gets called off. Nothing. Our second scoreless of the game.
Yeah, beat him with Lark, turn around and look and saw Stankus behind him and just shut it down. 108-27, 9 minutes to go here in the first half of the first game of the day here. AprilAngst, day 2.
Aaron Chapin donning the spangled helmet cover for the Quadfathers. And number 5, Wyatt. Is that? No, that's not.
That's Kamakanji.
Oh.
Duck down, you couldn't see the wraparound. Oh, it looks like there's an illegal procedure being called already. Head ref Shibra calling somebody.
And lead jam goes to Kamakanji. Maybe that penalty got waved off because nobody left.
All right there, breaking it down one more time, 4 more points. Kamakanji giving a high five to all the blockers. That's a good thing to say. You guys got me free. A little shout out to you guys.
Pair of aces, pair of deuces with a 7 kicker on the board. 112-27, 8 minutes and change left to play in the game.
All right, everybody ante up. We're up for the next jam. Unwired, getting ready to take on Worthy again.
I think 11227 might be a zip code in Mohawk Valley. So this could be Mohawk Valley's jam.
I will take your word for that. I'm not a zip code expert.
Nor am I. I just know that the ones tend to be New York.
The things I learn. Oh, a nice little spin on the inside. Worthy once again in the open, all by himself, with the finger pointed directly at him.
Is that 7 for 7? Loose change agrees. And it's 7 for 7. Where's a brutal again? That's a back block.
Looking back at the pack from the front. Worthy one more time, strikes for 4.
Start past black. New jammer is Defunk.
Defunk.
Bring in Defunk. Make some noise.
Just gliding through the back one more time. Nothing to see here. Another 4 points for Worthy.
And just, it's a 93-point lead.
That is very quick math, my friend. It took me a moment to even figure out what that was, but yes, that is correct. Oh, look at that. Once again, back out there, just changing up the jammer rotation. We got Beat 'em a Lark back out there for Golden State Heat. Maybe deciding to give that jammer rotation a little break. Throw out a new jammer, break things up.
Yeah, differentials, I learned this yesterday from one of my fellow announcers. Differentials don't mean as much in the MRDA.
No, that goes down to the selections. It's kind of like a committee that makes the selections, almost like college football.
Yeah.
So it's pretty interesting to see. Beat 'em a Lark. Doesn't matter who the jammer is, still getting lead jammer.
Track cut called. That's Creepy Taco on the track cut.
B. Shears coming around. All the skaters are off the track there for a second for Golden State, but come on just in time.
2
Take
points.
a little contact with B. Shears. B. Shears kind of smiling, throwing his hands up to the refs. And double thumbs up from B. Shears to the referees.
It's nice to see.
And they were thumbs. Just saying, they were thumbs and a smile.
Another digit might get you a trip to the penalty box. 122-27, 3 deuces, an ace, and a 7 on the board.
That may get you a double down minute in the penalty box. All right, Stankus back out there for the Quadfathers.
And that's Worthy for the Golden State Heat All-Stars. Oh, second lead jam of the game for the Quadfathers.
He is Worthy, but not lead jammer this time.
Yeah,
Stankus
got lead.
Golden State setting up front, but only 2 blockers out front. So Stankus has got to make it quick. Choosing to keep the jam going.
Worthy picks up a Jersey whip. Jersey just across the river. You could get a Jersey whip here. 99-point lead, and it's going to be, oh, no, diminished. 94-point lead. 126-30. 4-3. Both teams putting points on the board. Several jams this game. Both teams have put points on the board.
Yeah, just under 5 minutes to go here. Exciting action. Mohawk Valley, okay, only has 30 points on the board, but they are nonstop energy, which we love seeing. They're going to send Aaron Chapin out there right now to take on Kamakanji.
Those 3 points on the board. First points for Mohawk Valley in 4 jams and representing 10% of their score. Kamakanji picks up lead.
Wow. had lead before he even got to the pivot line. Kamakanji doing a phenomenal job all weekend and getting out so fast.
Illegal position being called. Who's leaving? Nobody yet. That's number 96, Stever.
Joshua Capel being very patient, making sure the skater knew that the penalty was on them. Kamakanji knocked down. Looks like a low block right here in front. That's Rufo knocking down Kamakanji. So that was Aaron Chapin getting free, taking the star off the helmet. Now talking to the jam ref real quick.
Yeah, saying, hey, did you see that forearm?
But what I've noticed about this ref crew is they seem to be very patient. They understand that, hey, the skaters have something to say. Earlier, like I said.
And Chapin approached it respectfully. Chapin was not, hey, why didn't you do, it was like,
Because Joshua Capel tried for a while to get that penalty called.
An interesting dynamic between a jammer and their jam ref, almost like a catcher and a baseball umpire. And it's a true 100-point lead.
All right, team timeout right now. Golden State Heat calling the timeout. Worthy was at the line now. The whole team going back to the bench here. Looks like Quadfathers going to do the same. Empty track, just a bunch of zebras standing around. Grazing in the middle.
This ratio reduces to 13-3 if you just drop the zeros. Tens are easy to do.
Right you are there, Bobby Narco. As one of my friends, Kent, the politician, would always say to me, right you are.
So if you're in the neighborhood, the after party tonight is going to be at Franklin's. Come on, check us out there on Bowman Street.
If you're in the neighborhood, you should be here shortly. There's going to be a lot of partying going on today. Everybody's here having fun.
We understand if you have to work, but if you're at work and sneaking the Derby broadcast in while you work, come on out and join us at Franklin's afterwards.
All right, give a shout out to everybody out here. It looks like you got about 38+ people online watching. Thank you for staying tuned here early in the morning.
That was Golden State's timeout, so both teams have used a timeout.
So it looks like we only have 2 blockers out there for the Quadfathers at the moment.
Yeah, 2 in the penalty box, so that adds up.
Unwired trying to overcome the numbers, 4-on-2 advantage going to Golden State.
A pivot line start.
Unwired choosing to play some defense there in the back. Beat a Malark out there jamming once again.
Oh, wow.
All the props go to Plummer, 714 out in front playing that offense.
Open up that hole. Malark just found it.
Beat a Malark didn't even get touched. Once again, Plummer out there playing offense.
Number 1 heading to the penalty box. That is Hoppa. Didn't see the call.
All right, we're crawling here into the back stretch out of turn 2. More offense. Oh, Fuerza Brutal gets nice and low with the hit, but unable to stop.
And picks up a multiplayer. I was commenting how good that 2-wall was. Star has been passed to number 202. That's Defunk.
Beat a Malark there sporting the bright yellow kneecaps. Easy to pick out. Beat a Malark on the far side of the track now. 3 more points picked up. Calls the jam off. Just about 2 minutes and 20 seconds or so to go in the first half.
Benjamin's also got some yellow. As soon as you pointed that out, I'm like, oh, yeah, that is easy. Oh, wait, that's the other guy.
No, that's Beat a Malark with the yellow.
Yeah, Benjamin's got neon yellow straps, but white knee pads.
Very perceptive of you.
Yeah.
I did not notice that.
I wouldn't have noticed either had you not called my attention to look at people's knee pads. Meanwhile, take us out to the track.
All right, Worthy back out there, taking on B-Shurs. Forearm is the call, and that is on Worthy. Power jam going to the Quadfathers.
So this will be the first time that Worthy has not picked up lead. Second time. Yeah, she had a penalty.
Last time out there, I'm trying to remember who jumped in front, but Worthy came through just a little bit behind, got the jam shut down. So B-Shurs just grinding things down. Offense not really helping out so much at the moment. Little delayed coming in now.
Shurs with 2 to beat.
Great recycle. Now all 4 jammers back out in front. Or all 4 blockers, I apologize.
Both teams focusing exclusively on defense.
Well, now Worthy's back on the track, so obviously defense is the goal, and squares a brutal one last chance, but Worthy able to tiptoe through the inside. Oh, a knockout on the outside, dragging all the way back between turns 3 and 4. Be sure with the star stash.
Illegal position called, number 5. That's Wyatt.
Track Monster gets a hold of Worthy for a second, slides forward, get raced back up.
Star has been passed to number 11-16, Pulio. Oh, big hit by Schurz.
That's how you give up the Star. Schurz just drops Worthy. Pulio driving forward, takes a shot from Waterboy. Illegal contact. Who was that on?
The spectacular out-of-play block.
Waterboy. No good hit goes unpenalized.
Another illegal contact coming in, and it's on the jammer. It's on Worthy. So it's going to be a power start for the Quadfathers as Worthy makes his way to the penalty box on an illegal contact
He
penalty.
is most definitely not Worthy on that one. Going to sit down, illegal contact. Looks like we got an official review coming in. I see Slay West out there right now, but it looks like the official review. Did that come from Golden State?
I imagine it would because it's kind of hard. Yes, and it does. Jam timer indicates that you are right. It's hard to imagine an illegal contact when the jammer because the jammer's in play, but you can't block a down skater. That'll get you an illegal contact.
You also can't hit skaters out of bounds either,
yeah.
So it's maybe that's what I didn't actually see what it was, but either way, Worthy sitting down with the pivot right next to. So right now we got 1 second left.
Yeah. Oh, look at that! How about that? That snuck up on me.
Must note that our fellow announcer, DeCragen, now has his wrestling mask on over there, bringing the action with the heat. Oh, we're having a blast here early in the morning here up in Northwest Philly.
Fours are wild. It's 4 points for each team on that last scoreboard. It's 141 to 34, and 141 is roughly 4 times 34.
So it is. You're a lot faster to math than I am. Once again, I want to thank everybody out there for listening in. We're having a blast here. We'll find out the details on this official review when it comes through. But Penn Jersey Roller Derby taking care of everybody here all week and all the volunteers. As you said earlier, I want to give another shout out to the referees and the NSOs helping put things on. It's been a phenomenal week, and I've had a blast. The weather's warming up. People are inside watching Derby or outside laying in the sun in the parking lot.
Yeah, my first time to the facility, I really enjoy the ambiance of this place. It's very industrial. It has an industrial vibe.
It's a very industrial vibe, yes. It's a very big warehouse. Now, we're sitting here right in front of the flat track. Right next to it, if people are not familiar with Penn Jersey Roller Derby, they have the original wood bank track set up over there. A lot of times they have special events here. The Derby queues, which usually happen around Memorial Day and Labor Day. Everybody comes in.
Blocking it down skater? Okay.
All right, Bobby Narco getting the details right now on the official review. Zero coming over and giving us what's going on there, Bobby?
They were in fact looking to overturn that call on their jammer for the illegal contact. It was blocking a skater out who was out of bounds, not who was down, but who was out of bounds. So illegal contact call will stand. No full muffin for Golden State today.
All right, we have enough time for one more jam, which is going to be a power start for the Mohawk Valley Quadfathers. We'll see who gets the honors to go out there and try to throw those points up on the board. Looks like we still have Slay West and Steve are out there getting DD.
Who you betting on? Who do you think the Quadfathers are going to put out there?
It's always fun watching Deb Crush out there. B. Schurz has been very strong and
Schurz
powerful.
is having a great morning.
Unwired's been pretty solid as well, so we'll wait and see who gets the honors. Nobody with the star on top of their helmet right now.
Yeah, that's very cagey, playing it close to the vest, not tipping their hand.
So like I said, we're getting ready to go into half. We'll get some stat totals at half. Loose Change doing a great job over there, tracking all the details for us. We'll get some summaries of how the penalties look, and then also double-check where we are with the scoring. Looks like we're ready to wrap up. Referees getting back into position. Skaters slowly bleeding out onto the track. So we'll find out. It looks like I see a 0 now on the clock. We'll see if we actually went to intermission or if we're going to get one more jam. Oh, I see Jaja Kapow out there saying, nope, no more jams.
Oh, big tease. I thought we were going to get one
I
more
was
jam
too.
in.
One more jam is always better than no more jams.
All right, well, go get yourself something to eat. Go set yourself something to drink. Take a little break and join us in about 10 minutes or so. We'll have some statistical analysis and the second half of the Golden State Heat All-Stars against the Mohawk Valley Quadfathers.
I'm Tom Fuller. With me's been Bobby Narco. Bye.
All right, we are about 2 minutes and 20 seconds away from the second half of the Golden State Heat All-Stars going up against the Mohawk Valley Quadfathers. Our ace producer, Loose Change, has gathered some statistics. These are unofficial, but they're pretty darn close. There were 21 jams in the first half. Golden State got lead 16 times. Mohawk Valley got lead twice. And then the remainder of the jams, the other 3 jams, had no lead. Golden State did not pass the star. Mohawk Valley passed the star 5 times, most frequently to number 202, 3 times to Defunct, then once each to number 1116 Pulio and number 35 B-Shures. And then in terms of jammer trips to the penalty box, you'd be surprised maybe. Golden State sent their jammer to the penalty box 7 times. Quadfathers only sent their jammer to the penalty box 4 times. So there you go. Those are our statistical analysis for you.
Wait. Is this for in-house?
Oh, I got the leading scores also from each, the highest jam of each team. Oh, there it is. 19 points in jam number 11 by number 6, Worthy. And then over here, 8 points were put on the board twice, once by 0101 Deb Crush and once by Unwired. So highest individual jams, 8 points for the Quadfathers done twice, and 19 points done once by Golden State by Worthy.
All right, so on the mark, as always, Loose Change taking care of us with those stat details. Now you hear the hollering in the background. Golden State getting fired up and ready for the second half. 141-34. Should have a second exciting half coming for you. And the rest of this day, Bobby, what are we going to see now? Like, we saw Deb Crush early in the game get started jamming. Kind of looked like they changed up their rotation a little bit. You saw a lot of B-Shures.
Yeah, I think you might see some more relief jammers maybe coming in from Mohawk Valley. Stankus might wear the star a few more times than in the first half. I wouldn't be surprised if you saw a jam or 2 by Defunct.
Well, I don't know. That jamming rotation right now by Golden State is so solid. They introduced Beat 'em Malark and nothing lost there. Just consistently scoring points. So it looks like we're going to start out on the Power Star. Don't forget at the end they had that official review for Worthy. Looks like
illegal contact that was on Worthy,
and that was upheld. And now we got Unwired on the Power Start. Only 3 blockers out there for Golden State,
and no helmet covers. So Golden State has both their pivot and jammer in the box. High block already coming in. That's number 1.
Oh, there you go. Oh, and look, we got 2 blockers going around the outside. They have to report, and then one's probably going to get sent back out.
Hoppa had no, a seat opens up. They're actually all in. An army of 1 is number 063, Bumper Car.
Oh, 1 blocker to beat and able to get the knockout.
Holy
Wonderful
cow,
job by Bumper Car all by themselves.
Drawback. And it gets an illegal position because he's too far away from the other skaters.
Yes,
Don't they
indeed.
have to go to him? Shouldn't the other team get the...
He is the pack, right?
For that moment in time, for about 10 seconds, it was just...
Worthy is out and then gets knocked out of bounds. And there you go, another penalty. Cut track on Worthy.
He knew it. He went right to the penalty box before the whistle even blew.
He saw the skaters in front and missed the one on the inside, which is doing a great job. I don't know if that was B-Shures or if that was Stever, but able to kind of be sneaky on the inside. Gets the call. Unwired once again. Boom, 4 more. Throwing it down to start the second half there, Bobby.
There you go. That's definitely the highest jam of the game for Mohawk Valley.
Calling for the blockers.
Jam of the game for either team.
Calling blockers back. They set up that offense perfectly for Unwired.
20 points representing 40% of the Quadfather score.
Worthy once again released. Still on initial pass, I believe. Yep, looks like that's the case.
Multiplayer black called on the pivot for the Quadfathers, Defunct.
All right, Worthy is free now, stalking the pack. Unwired wraps things up, tapping the hips. 2 more points. Big jam there for the Quadfathers.
22-point jam.
Boom, that's how you start
it looks
the
like we have
half.
a timeout being shown. Yes, it's an official timeout.
Unwired's checking something in the middle, talking to the referees. I'm not sure.
coach for the Quadfathers having a word with the referees on the inside during this official timeout.
So one thing that looks funny is looks like they're resetting the timer because it looked like there was only 40 seconds, and that was a long jam.
Yeah, that's what happened.
And now they're fixing it there. 28:02 to go here. So I was like, wait a second, that was a long jam for 40 seconds. That's a bonus derby.
Yeah. Quick line change for the I was going to say the drive-by for the Golden State Heat.
All right, so we're going to start with a 4-on-3 blocker advantage going to Golden State. Looks like crouched down. We got B. Schurz. And that's Kamakanji back out there as well for Golden State. Standing in the sun, all the skaters setting up on just off the jammer line. It's nice how we have the lights, the windows directly above us, shedding light right on the track.
Yeah, it's almost like a spotlight over there on the home stretch and the infield. Lead jam to Golden State.
B. Schurz having to recycle back, now re-engage with the pack.
Track cut called on number 48 on the black team. That's Oxenfree.
Oh, and splitting the two defenders remaining out there. Kamakanji scores for Golden State. B. Schurz so physical, just gritting the teeth and driving forward, getting free from the pack.
They got to do something. That's as good as any. 4 points on the board, total of 8.
Looks like, just to let you know, looks like we have a skater down on one knee here in between turns 1 and 2. We'll make sure the skater gets up and is okay.
That's Amanda Chapin. But heading back to the bench, so.
Feeling the effects of that last jam. A little crunched over, but
so
looks
far
to
no
be
whistles
okay.
To stop the action.
Slay West coming up over here to check on Amanda Chapin, but returning to the box, we'll make sure, see how they're doing, make sure they can return to the game later, or if not, get the EMT's help they need.
So we have Pulio wearing the star for the Quadfathers. And Wyatt,
guess what? That is Wyatt. You called that earlier, that they may change things up. Wyatt back out there. Wyatt going all the way down, getting so low, actually accidentally knelt down. Oh, a slick little foot move, getting up and over and out of the pack. Wyatt now lead jammer.
1 for 1 on the jammer line.
Yeah, such a depth of jamming rotation and players who have multiple skills. Wyatt now showing able to get lead jammers. So we have Beta Malark in there. They just seem like they have unlimited depth of players who can do a lot of things. So Golden State showing the talent. Deb Crush out there working with Where's a Brutal. Can't see who the third blocker is in that brace, but doing a strong job. Oxenfree.
There it is, 48. Multiplayer on Oxenfree.
Where's a Brutal just kind of leaning on the actual jammer, putting the weight on the jammer, making him work just harder, almost like a wrestling move there. Oh, big hit there. Where's a Brutal goes down.
Yeah, Pulio taking all the way back to the home stretch at the back of the pack.
Looks like Creepy Taka reporting to the penalty box now. I missed what the penalty was, but one blocker down for Golden State.
With those 4 points, it's a 101-point lead, and there's going to be even more for Wyatt. Blocking with the head is the call.
Yeah, kind of leaned forward. Looks like made contact. Looking, there was no ill intent, but just made some contact. Oh, hello, shoulder. How are you, Scotty Trippin? That was not a trip. That was definitely a strong shoulder. There you go. Pulio breaks free.
It's not a trip. That was a vacation.
See what you did there. Nice work there, Bobby Narco.
Rufo heads to the penalty box for the Quadfathers as action ends. So Quadfathers going to have Fuerza Brutal and Rufo in the penalty box, and LA going to start with a full contingent.
Yeah, that was a big jam there. First jam by Wyatt, jamming and threw down a big number.
Yeah, 14, 2 touchdowns. Whew. 103-point lead for now for the Golden State Heat.
We're going to throw our reserve jammer out there, going to bang out 14 points real quick. So this should shake up the standings a little bit, because right now these teams are ranked very closely, but Golden State's starting to show what they're made of. They're looking like they're going to have an impact trying to get into playoffs this year.
Indeed. Worthy up against Stankus. Worthy picking up lead jammer before he hits that pivot line.
What impresses me, how much speed coming out of the pack Worthy tends to have. Like, it's bottled up and then boom, just hits the jets and escapes.
Now 2:02 heading to the penalty box for the black team. That is Defunk.
squares of Brutal backed out there, but only 2 blockers right now out there for the Quadfathers. Oh, nice work on the outside.
That's D-Shures.
Getting lower this time was Worthy and just avoids one big swinging hit there at the end.
Yeah, swing and a miss by Rufo. High block coming in. Number 55, Creepy Taco.
Oh, great ankle control there. Stank is able to stay in bounds.
Completes the initial, so Worthy calls off the jam. Picks up another 2 points for an even 10. Even 9?
11? It was 161, right? So I think it's 11. All right, 56 points on board Mohawk Valley. 23 minutes to go. Aaron Chapin over there just giving the high fives to the blockers who weren't close enough to actually get them.
Air fives.
There you go. All right.
43 on the line for the black team is Aaron Chapin. Not a lot of jams for Chapin.
No, 3-on-3 blockers. It looks like Chapin was trying to set up that defense. Just enough time to get reinforcements. All 4 blockers back out there for the Quadfathers.
Worthy doing back-to-back jams now.
Oh, look at that! You thought Worthy's going around outside, and Aaron Chapin butts out first, and a whip there. Nice work by Plummer, getting the extra speed. Oh, man, Worthy not able to handle the extra speed. Spins out in turn 4.
I missed the whips.
Yes. Spinning to the inside, getting some contact with the refs. Looks like everybody's okay. Jam ref checking.
Only the second lead of the half for the Quadfathers.
The little sad face given to the jam ref there by Aaron Chapin, but Tim the ref smiles back. Oh man, roller derby's so colorful, and that's why we love it. Unwired approaching the line, giving a fist pump to Benjamin.
First time Golden Skate's been held scoreless since jam 14 of the first half.
Golden Skate, I like it. Golden State it is, but Golden Skate works for me.
Did I say Golden Skate?
You did indeed, but we all know what you meant, because
that is the championship trophy of the Gotham girls, the Golden Skate. So I misspoke.
And for those out there, Bobby Narco does announce for the Gotham girls roller derby. So,
meanwhile, Benjamin picking up lead jammer for the Golden State Heat All-Stars.
Because I did not know that. The only way I would know that is by somebody like you, and a beautiful high apex jump by Benjamin.
It's a power jam now with Unwired in the penalty box for the Quadfathers.
Oh, I missed the penalty there, Bobby Narco.
I didn't see it either, but I see them in the penalty box now.
We're working on the effects of that as Benjamin weaves through the pack. Deb Crush standing out of bounds. Gonna set up in the back here. Oh, that was a great attempt trying to get around, but
Benjamin loves that maneuver.
That was Rufo making the contact. Unwired release from the box, star in hand, having the lime-colored helmet. Unwired choosing to go back.
Yeah, it's got to draw Benjamin back. Take him back all the way into the team. Nope, not going to work. Black wouldn't take the top of the pack.
Yeah, Unwired chooses to play a little bit of defense. Golden State okay with that. Time is on their side right now. Boom, something happened with the sound system in the arena. Unwired, though, able to get free.
Oh, the Monster Energy truck has arrived and are unloading crates that are making big bangs. If you hear them over the mic, don't be alarmed. 184 to 58.
There is literally
126-point lead.
A truck bed full of Monster Energy drinks behind us.
Tell you, these two teams don't need it. They might need it after the game. They're expending a lot of energy now, but they appear to be full of energy juice already.
Yes, indeed.
Dozen points picked up there by the Golden State Heat by Benjamin. We're heading into jam number 7. 20 minutes left to play in the game. Who's out there on the line?
It looks like Worthy's unleashed, and so is B. Shears. Unworthy right now in the back. B. Shears engaged with that offense.
Forearm penalty on Worthy. So lead goes to the Quadfathers.
Worthy so consistent in the first half, now starting to rack up some jammer penalties. B. Shears taps the hands together for the offense coming in. Oh, hits the brakes. Here comes the offense. Oh, big high hit there by Creepy Taco.
High block called. Creepy Taco's like, but he put his face in my elbow.
Luckily, there was there was a foul, but there was no harm.
Yes.
So
it was clearly a foul. There was no intent. I was
about to say no harm, no foul, but there was a foul, but there was no harm.
Yes.
All right, so B. Shears are on another scoring pass. Looks like we had another penalty coming up for a Quadfathers blocker.
Skating out of, no, leg block. Leg block is the call on D. Shears.
All right, B. Shears kind of went down and got some contact with another skater. B. Shears took some contact. Oh, it looks like there might be a little bit of blood on the lip, so make sure he's okay.
I heard the Mohawk Valley coach saying there should have been a high block on that, and I don't think the coach realizes there was a high block. You did. You got that penalty for the elbow to the face. Well, it was an interesting situation because B. Shears went down, and the contact was made to the head, so it might have been blocking to the head. I'd question whether it's a high block because he went down, but definitely contact was made. Looks like there might be a little blood on the lip, so we'll make sure B. Shears is okay. And we have an official timeout. That's probably exactly why, making sure that nobody is actively bleeding so that we can proceed to the action. 184-70, 114-point lead. Oh, those are both divisible by 7. Let me do some math.
Okay, so B. Shears is sitting down over with the EMTs, getting some gauze, getting something to sit there and stop that up. So hopefully he's okay. The referees are checking, make sure everything was okay. There was no ill intent. It was just kind of one of those things where he kind of lost balance, went forward, contact was made.
Yeah, I don't even think that the blocker that threw the elbow knew that they were throwing an elbow. I think they were just naturally positioning their body. They weren't even facing the jammer. But their elbow came in contact with the jammer's face, and you're going to get a high block for that every time.
All right, so referees having a discussion. Looks like giving that discussion to the Golden State coach. I think that's Coach Mocklin out there. All right, 18 minutes ago, 184-70. Exciting game, seeing great athleticism. Be sure showing that physicalness and just determination to get through, where we've seen some very smooth skating by Worthy, and that was also by Kamakanji. Unwired showing just a wiry ability to get through the pack. It just very effective. They're able to get through. I had a big jam just recently, so Quadfathers still stacking up the points. They're up to 70 now. It's starting to feel really. It looks like they've built some momentum here in the second half that they can continue to be proud of.
They've doubled their score.
And you still got 18 minutes to go, so they got a chance to kind of build that up a little further. All right, so we're ready to get back to the action. Right now we got, is that Pulio out there getting ready to take on Ken?
Yeah,
Kamakanji?
It is indeed, and the same point was just made by our producer, Loose Change. She's like, now they're just throwing jammers out there. It's not a rotation anymore. It's the same stable of jammers, but there's no sense of rotation any longer. Kamakanji picking up lead for Golden State.
When you can score, you can score. And when you need a jammer, anybody can jam. All right, Deb Crush trying to be the last line defense, but no, Kamakanji takes the contact, though. Deb Crush able to stay in, now dragging it all the way back to the pivot line.
Forearm
nice
on Happa.
Oh, and we're all going backwards.
Yeah, there you go. Retrograde.
Oh, Deb Crush is pushing or pointing down to where it needs to come back. Unfortunately, Deb lost her balance.
Yeah, the rope line tripped her.
All right, Kamakanji spinning, Pulio driving forward in the back, gets knocked off. I believe that's by Plummer. Yep, it is.
Race 2 while at the top of the pack, but they're too far out in front. They got to go. Failure to reform called on Creepy Taco.
Creepy Taco been picking up a couple penalties here in the second half. Hopefully
yeah,
not getting into penalty problems.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see some foul outs. There were a lot of fouls in the first half. Direction of play penalty now coming in. That is D. Shears on the direction of play.
All right, Kamakanji coming around for another scoring pass. Big nice shoulder by Plummer sends
yes.
Pulio right down here in front of where the announcer's table is. Or luckily the announcer stanchion. We're sitting up higher. If not, that would have taken out our table.
that'll give a nice Plummer smile. Track cut on Pulio.
All right, it looks like a track cut is called. For a second, I thought they might have said 2, so we'll keep an eye out. They only sit for 30 or a full minute.
Power jam for Kamakanji.
And calls it off.
Power
So
start
you hear
for the
heard
next set
Golden
of
State
whistles.
choose from the bench to call it off, so I didn't see how much time was left in the jam, but that was an interesting strategy to set up the next jam.
I think it's to set up the power start. Trap Julio in there.
Oh, why not just throw Benjamin back out there?
It's an embarrassment of riches almost, the quality of jammers both teams have.
Like I said, he wasn't in the main rotation yesterday, but had the most points, and maybe because they didn't need him, they still were able to win, and now they're back out there. Oh, high stepping around the outside.
Helps to have those long legs for the high stepping, and now Golden State up over the 2-century mark, and Benjamin has lead. Getting around the outside. Oh. Forearm call on B. Schurz. Benjamin one to beat, through for another 4 points. Oh no! High block called on Benjamin.
All right, I want to give a shout out to the online derby skater dropping us some knowledge. Yes, we are aware that Golden State now is the merger between the drive-by from LA and Slick City Rollers, but it also giving a shout out to Worthy, Benjamin, and Bumper Car, all aged off the national championship minor Diamond City team.
Ah.
So that's good seeing talent just being pushed up through the ranks and just now having success at the full men's level.
We've had a star pass to Stankus. New jammer for the Quadfathers is Stankus. Penalty box filters out, and we are back at full strength. And as soon as I said it, forearm penalty called, that's Plummer on the forearm.
Stankus is able to put 4 points on the board there for the Quadfathers. Benjamin back out engaged. Trying to basically swim through the pack.
Too far out in front. Schurz had to let him go.
Stank is able to get around the outside on the toe stops. So right now, Quadfathers trying to win this jam. Nice knockout on the inside by Julio. Where's a Brutal holding the outside line, working with DeFunk.
Track cut coming in. That's Benjamin.
All right, Stank is free from the pack. 9, 8, 7 seconds. Maybe we'll see him get a little bit more to finish this power jam.
Yeah,
2,
unless Stankus
1.
goes to the penalty box, he'll get a power start, and they will. Oh, misconduct coming in at the very end, or insubordination. The sweeping arm gesture across the chest. Who's it on?
Looks like that's Julio sitting down. Julio's holding his face. Maybe some contact was made. Having a little discussion there with Benjamin sitting there already. So the power start's going to start. Who we got out there? Looks like they're having a little huddle and discussion here about the Quadfathers. Golden State not on the track yet.
Timeout, White.
That's because they knew better. They were going to call a timeout anyway, or they called a timeout as a result of the players not being on
One
track.
way or the other, it worked out. 2:05 to 82. 13 minutes and 13 seconds left to play for our Triskaidiscophobes. Oh, nope, that's been changed to 13 minutes and 14 seconds left to play.
All right, so that's going to leave Golden State with 1 timeout and official review. Mohawk Valley still with 2 timeouts. The official review, 82 points on the board for Mohawk Valley Quadfathers. This has been a heck of a bout. This is one way to start the morning off. The sun's coming out. It's starting to get nice and warm up in here. And we got a whole day full of roller derby. After this, we're going to have Downriver versus Nashville. Like I said, Downriver put on an impressive display yesterday against Far City. Nashville had a really tight game against the She-Devils. You know Nashville's going to be focused after taking a 3-point loss in the final jam. You know they're going to be chomping at the bit, get right back on the track and get right on that horse and try to pick up another win.
Yes. And then after that, back to the last men's action of the day, the home team Hooligans against Mohawk Valley.
So they're going to be back in action. So they're going to be finishing up this game right now, and they'll be back in action at 2. So we're going to have to get that, jump in the hyperbaric chamber, get that energy going again, and be right back in action at 2. Either that or just hit the Monster Energy drink stand behind us.
There you go. Benjamin starting in the penalty box. Only jammer on the track right now. Where's number 43? That is Aaron Chapin.
The whole pack rolls right back to meet him. Aaron Chapin dealing with the back of that defense. Starting to drive forward.
3-point lead. Lead jam to Chapin.
Oh, nice little shift to the inside. Aaron Chapin out. I think about 15 seconds, so now going to have a solid 15 seconds or so on the power jam with the lead to score points.
Chapin 2 for 2 this half.
Then Jammin is released.
Direction of play penalty sends the Quadfathers pivot to the penalty box. That is number 1618, Rufo. 4 more points on the board for the black team. Total of 4. Makes the score 205 to 86, 119-point lead.
All right, 205-86. Starting to be a very formidable game here. You know, staying consistent. Quadfathers getting more consistent with their scoring. And, hey, right back to the action. Unwired out there to take on none other than
Worthy. We are not worthy. Nice move by Worthy, picking up lead jam. Battling through.
Accelerating as the last blocker was hitting, using that to keep going forward. One Worthy. Are we to see Worthy out there?
Oh. Interesting fact, as effective as Worthy was in the first half, this is Worthy's first lead this half. Multiplayer block called on the on the Golden State pivot.
It looks like that's Waterboy sitting down. Oh, coming in and hitting the brakes very quickly.
Oh!
Up, down, and running.
A double O.
Wow. I mean, just the athleticism alone.
I love
But the
this
best part
sport.
about it, coming from juniors, already learned the game. Now just taking talent to the next
mastering
level.
it, yes.
Getting the high step up over Fuerza Brutal's leg. Woo!
Dozen points there. Worthy scores them by the dozens. 217 to 86, a 131-point lead.
I would like to say that Worthy is a bright future, but the current present time.
Has a bright
wow.
present as well.
All right, running in, getting that pivot. Star pass on to track to Oxenfree. We're ready to get underway.
Roughly a 5-2 margin. Or ratio, rather. 5-2 ratio.
Okay, B-Sure's out there taking on Wyatt.
Penalty box is
Reinforcements.
empty. We're back at full strength as the Waterboy joins action. Nice block at the top of the pack by 714.
Yeah, that was great skate control. Plummer able to stay inbounds.
Picked up lead jam, called it off, and then a low block comes in.
We'll wait and get clarification. I saw a low block symbol, but the jam ref did confirm with Wyatt. I don't know who the low block was on, so we'll wait and get clarification.
It's the guy in the penalty box.
The guy, the low block's on the person in the penalty box, I guess.
Imagine that.
Number
Thank you, Loose Change, for pointing out the obvious to me I should have looked.
96, Stever. No, I thought it was on the jammer as well because it was a jam ref calling the penalty. So
Yes.
I was in the same boat you are. We're lucky to have a Loose Change up here with us. Worthy jamming
So
against...
I will say this, we're lucky to have somebody who's paying attention.
Worthy and Stankus are the jammers. People heading to the penalty box. That's Fuerza Brutal.
Yeah, so 2 blockers now down are the Quadfathers. Stank is trying to get around the outside. Oh, get low, going around the outside. Worthy.
Forearm penalty coming in on number 74. That's Beat 'em Malark.
So only 2 blockers remaining out there, getting some reinforcements, but not in time. Worthy gets past the Quadfathers wall. Tank is still trying to drive through, trying to get around Scotty Tripp, and able to do so. Initial pass complete. Oh, coming in late is Stank is snagging 3 points. There's a box point right now. So he's saying, talking to the jam ref, 3 points it is. I thought he might have got all 4, but jam ref pretty confident it's 3.
2 plus 1.
Yes. Missed it barely, just by like a half
that
an
much.
inch.
Coming in from Keith the Internet. Missed it by that much.
You were that close. But hey, I'll take 3 if I can get them.
Heck yeah.
Always want the extra 4, but you know.
Chapin up against Kamakanji.
Chapin driving forward, leaning on the front blocker, trying to get by the pivot. That's Plummer, who's been doing a great job playing defense. And lead jam going back to the Quadfathers.
Forearm penalty coming in from the outside.
All right, forearm call, but that forearm call looks like that's on 16-18 right now. That's Rufo.
Chapin 3 for 3 as jammer.
Picks a head up, looks at the bench, calls the jam off just as Screeching it was Kamakanchi. It's like 3 points are picked up there by Mohawk Valley. Edging close to the century mark, 92 points on the board. 7:20 to go in the game, already on the line. Unwired versus Worthy. Pivot in the box, don't forget, for the Quadfathers.
Golden State at full strength. Here we go.
Wow, Quadfathers got about 6 feet behind the jammer line with that drift back there on Worthy.
Worthy through for lead. Blocking out of bounds, illegal contact on the jammer. Power jam for Worthy.
Yeah, that green helmet is unwired. Oh, running on the inside.
Low block on Stever.
All right, bleeding blockers right now. Only 2 left after Defunkin. Where's Brutal, but getting low. Worthy once again.
And the bleeding continues. It's almost a hemorrhage at this point. High block on Vic.
Yeah, the whistles are becoming regular music, unfortunately, in the second half. Oh, great job. Where's able to get that extra little hip thrust in there, knocking out Worthy.
A brutal hit.
It was indeed. No, but it was that little extra effort. Boom, got the knockout, forcing Worthy to recycle to the infield and choosing to shut it down.
234 to 92. 6 minutes left to play in the game.
Worthy basically assault on the scoring board today. Chooses to shut it down. Right now, racing onto the track, we got the Quadfathers.
Worthy definitely putting a bid in for tournament MVP.
Oh yeah, so that's one thing we haven't really discussed much, is that at the end of the weekend, we're going to have one tournament MVP. A lot of tournaments do a tournament or MVP each game, but no, one tournament to rule them all. MVP.
I saw 8 MVP medals hanging over by the merch. Are they doing blocker, jammer, men and women?
Oh, big hit there by B. Schurz at the end.
Or blocker, jammer, MRDA, WFTDA, I should say.
All right, so it looks like B. Schurz was checking with the jam ref, and yes, we'll see if he makes it to the bench or to the penalty box. Looks like he's going to the penalty box. That big hit there blew up the blocker, but unfortunately now a power start going to go to Golden State. But it was a nice conversation between B. Schurz and the jam ref. The jam ref kind of gave that little smile, and B. Schurz looked down and took a minute and then smiled back, so accepting his fate.
One of the more chaotic line changes have we seen. Oh, we got a timeout. No, I'm seeing all these people racing on and off the track. I'm like, will they make it in time?
It looks like Quadfathers called a timeout.
Yeah.
Slay West was in there talking to the referees. Now you see Benjamin and the coach for Golden State talking in the middle.
235 to 92.
So once again, give a shout out to one of our vendors. You can check them out online, 808rollerskate.com, or check them over at Facebook. Been gearing up Penn jersey for almost 10 years now. Check out, they got new brands, expert service, custom builds, everything else you need to be a top performer, all found at 808 Roller Skate. So coming down here, we're winding down the end of this game. We got 5 minutes left. Don't forget to stay tuned next. I see all the Downriver skaters all geared up and ready to go, getting ready to take on Nashville.
Power start now for Golden State. That's Benjamin. 45 starting in the penalty box. 35 B. Schurz starting in the penalty box.
Benjamin actually using that leverage, leaning down upon the blocker to stay in bounds, and then finally able to outlast D. Schurz. Quadfathers spreading out here on the backstretch.
Army of one at the top of the pack, but Benjamin able to finally get through. That was Rufo.
Kind of did that little matrix, little spin, leaning his back on top of the blocker, feeling for the weakness and able to roll right off. Gotten so close to the blocker.
Rufo had help from Morticia Decay, but they had to drop back to bridge, keep everybody in play. 4 more points on the board for Benjamin. Total of 8.
D-Shir's trying to push the sled on the backside, finally able to get free.
Illegal position is the call on Rufo, just as the jam gets called off.
Just under 4 minutes and counting down here in the rest of this game. 92 points on Mohawk Valley.
Let's get Mohawk up over that century mark. What do you say?
Yeah, that's what I think so. I mean, they're trying to get there. You know, it's going to make it tough throwing Worthy back out there.
Sure, yeah.
So consistent.
Golden State's not going to let them have it.
Got to earn it the hard way.
Look at that little dap between Worthy and Stankus. Always good to see. And here we go.
Slow start there. Stankus trying to stay in front of Worthy, but wow!
He is so good at that.
He actually had a smile for that one. He didn't expect to get free that quickly. Stankus out of the pack. Oh, who's hopping around the outside and still hopping? Oh, calling off the jam and having a blast. Giving a shout out and a point there to the house announcers. I think he's having fun.
I think we're all having fun. Maybe Mohawk Valley's having a little bit less fun, but I bet they're having fun as well. 24-7 against 92.
Well, Mohawk Valley, Golden State Heat tapping the keg for excitement today.
You could say Golden State scoring points 24-7.
Because of the 247. Thank you very much. Took me a moment. Aaron shaping out the line, and Ben jamming out in front. 5
leads in a row for Golden State.
And jamming having a nice smooth, like almost speed skater style, skating ability out there, kind of getting low, driving on the skates.
Forearm is the call on the Golden State pivot. Beat him Malark.
Aaron Chapin has start in hand. A bunch of skaters go down.
Low block is the call on the Jenga move by Stever.
Aaron Chapin, getting some assistance to get free. Oh, Kamakanji right behind him, but unable to catch up. Here we go. And we have liftoff.
I think he might have scraped his helmet on the rafters.
You saw that one set up. It was right there. Perfectly got up, got down, called it off. And now official review being called. Looks like Slay West out there for the Quadfathers.
1 minute and 40 seconds left to play. 255-92.
Whew. Wow. And for what I'm hearing from the people online, Worthy and Benjamin were juniors and now coming back up. Because I was fortunate enough, as well as you, Bobby, to be with the Diamond City, seeing them win the championship last year in Philadelphia. That was very impressive.
Yeah, that was a great tournament.
They pick it up right where they left off, obviously.
Yeah. Junior World Cup and Junior Champs back-to-back. Junior Champs this year are going to be in Colorado in July.
And what you can see is that's just as exciting. You can see the athleticism coming from the skaters coming up, and they have so much more experience.
Right.
It's okay.
Tomahawks.
They're 18, 19, and boom, they already have the skills. Now they're just building upon it.
Penn Jersey skater Tomahawk also coming up from that junior program. So it's great to see the impact of Junior Derby having on grown-up Derby. And get your kids involved in.
That's a little more used to the word grown-up. These definitely are adults.
Adult Derby.
Just through my experience with all my friends at Penn Jersey Roller Derby, they're all technically adults. Grown-up is kind of questionable. I love them, and it's probably the same true to me. I don't ever say I've grown up.
Adult Derby sounds a little racy.
All right, so it looks like Joshua Kapal's finishing up the conversation with the coaches. We'll wait and get some clarification on what the official review was. So right now still sitting with 255-92, 143 to go, 1 blocker apiece in the box for each team.
So the challenge was they wanted a charge assessed to the other jammer, but the no call will stand. Quadfathers wanted a charging call assessed to Golden State, but on further review, the play stands as called. Take us out to the jammer line there, Tom Foolery.
Okay, well, it looks like the scoreboard still has both challenges up there, so I'm pretty sure the team would lose their challenge. But Unworthy up there taking on Unwired. Unworthy getting low on the outside.
Track cut on Oxenfree.
Ollie Ollie. A little pre-hop there by Worthy. Oh, nice work there by B. Schurz, but a forearm call for the effort. The Funk bringing some funky business out there, bottling up Worthy for the moment.
Nice teamwork out there.
Dare I say, working with the Funky Bunch.
They got their Stank going as well. No, that's their Stever going as well. Sorry.
Yeah, see the coaches there from Golden State say, it's fine, you want to stand there and wait. Time is on our side.
Yeah.
40 seconds of counting down.
Worthy checks back in with panic.
Just keeping an eye on the clock. Not exciting derby at the moment, but reality is what it is. 25 seconds and counting down. Worthy doesn't want to get a penalty or anything unexpected. Unwired finally chooses to engage, now jumps into the pack.
So Worthy's like, all right, I'll do the same. Direction of play on 96, Stever. I don't think we saw any foul outs. Oh, and a misconduct.
Oh, tiptoeing backwards out of the pack with some style. Worthy's throwing some flavor on it.
So Stever going to sit for a full minute.
Well, the period clock's over. We got 12 seconds and counting down. Jammer on Jammer Love on the backside.
Unwiver explodes on a hit just as the tap-off was being made. Get a little hug at the end there to show it's all good in the neighborhood. 259-92, your unofficial final.
Yeah, the Quadfathers not quite able to get to that century mark, but they definitely show what they're made of today. There was some exciting action by both teams. You know, the jamming depth was just crazy by Golden State.
Upset in the standings, 14 apiece passes 11.
But it looks like Golden State's a team that, since they're kind of a new team since they were the merger of two. Oh, and you just happen to bring up a couple pretty good juniors. They look like they're going to be an impact player when it comes to playoff time.
Yeah, these votes, the rankings were done in December before Worthy was on the team, before these new juniors had aged up on. So
they are ones to keep an eye on. Quadfathers, though, having very respectable.
Don't take your eye off the Quadfathers either.
So we got some more exciting action coming to you. If you are a Quadfathers fan, don't forget they're going to be back in action at 2 p.m. versus the Hooligans. Meanwhile, it does look like we're not going to get any more Golden State for the weekend, so they're going to get to sit back, relax, enjoy the action. Now up next, as we're giving high fives, you see we have Nashville and Downriver all lined up. They're going to get warmed up and continue the action.
On behalf of our most excellent producers, Loose Change, Keith the Internet, I am Bobby Narco. My co-announcer has been Tom Foolery, and we wish you peace, love, and roller derby.